on another level, killing all the devils. Last time I said it would be the last time. Now try to liberate. I'm on the straight and now. I think I finally found out what I'm here for.
How y'all doing? Welcome to the 7513 the podcast. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful morning, beautiful night, beautiful evening, wherever, whenever you are listening. Thank
Beautiful
you for
time period.
joining us. Can we get a round of applause?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We have come a long way, and we are glad that you are here for another episode.
I thought you were going to rhyme.
Doesn't say today.
Oh, today, don't play. Every day, I slay.
Okay.
That's all you get for free.
Oh my God,
Go ahead, sign up for the...
Man.
Oh,
Tomato.
My goodness. Nah, I can't go like that. Producer, drop a track. You playing games right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The beat switched up a little bit, but I'ma go. I got the flow, and you know I'm ready to go. Green light, make it rain, make it snow. Shine bright, and you know I got a glow.
Yeah.
Out here, OJ in my cup, I'm a poet. And you know I got money, so I'ma stow it in the bank. And you know your boy is heroic. Out here, you know he going fast, never slowing. Got the water, and you know he is the poet. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, the joints in the background is crazy. No, the ad-libs were actually really wild.
Yeah, they know what it is. Had a nice little old school LA vibe flow with it. Little cadence going on. But yeah, that's my little treat for y'all. Since y'all been loyal listeners for a while, I just had to sprinkle a little something on there for y'all enjoyment.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, we are here with another episode. And if you're watching on video, you notice we got a nice surprise for y'all.
Wow. Oh, my God.
We're going to come around to that really quick. But for those, if your first episode or you back and you forgot, my name is Ike on the mic. It's nice to see you. We're going to do a nice little round of introductions and go around the room counterclockwise.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy,
Hi.
Zomway, a.k.a. Dante, a.k.a. Promway, Edo say Ike, Camille Tale, Young Lick G-Day.
Oh, my God.
7513,
Oh,
a.k.a. Gotta Pray.
okay.
That's all I got.
I like that. Who we got next? Who we got up next?
Oh, what it do, Batman? It's your boy, Tale. Of course.
Yeah.
Huh?
So you didn't even let you
Didn't even let me finish. Cut me off with the sweet sound. But yeah, you already know who it is. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Tale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you know, it wouldn't be right if we let this person introduce themselves. So, if you all would do me a favor wherever you are, and just lock in, because we have a very, very special guest here today. We have none other than Camille Marche. Yeah, Millie.
Can't believe I made it.
Welcome to the set.
I made it.
I know you. I know we know you, but not all the people know you. Not all the prospective fans. Can you tell the
Hi.
people who you are?
Okay.
What's your name?
Yeah.
And why do we like you?
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, hello. I'm Camille Marche. An artist, singer, rapper, writer, performer. Yeah.
That's what y'all call a Swiss Army knife. You know why they call it Swiss Army knife? Because it could get the job done in multiple different ways.
Wow.
So that multifaceted. Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here. And for those of y'all, if this is your first episode, if not, I need you, wherever you are, hold your hands out right in front. Go ahead, hold your hands out.
It's too hot. I'm burning up. I'm burning up for you, baby.
The bodyguard.
So random. It's like, what are you talking about?
Hey.
Burning up, we're here to say.
He did what he had to do.
He was rapping, literally.
Oh my goodness. Hey, back in the day, you didn't notice.
Bro, that song could have literally gone without that part.
Like, it was literally, they did him a favor.
No.
He's still somewhere getting a check. So.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Wait, no, is he credited?
Probably is. He better be. He was like a key figure for the show too. So.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
I don't remember.
Jonas
I just
Brothers,
remember him on that
please.
joint.
I got a verse, man. Just give me the chance.
But not to divulge too much. If you hear that nice torch sound, this is your first time, that means you're about to start an ice breaker.
Yeah, they're.
I'm gonna ask for your forgiveness. I'm a little coming over a little bit of a cold, just a bit, small one. I'm done, but recover a little bit. So if I sound funny or if I sound like I'm holding something in, my voice the inflection start go up and down. It means I'm trying to hold in the call so I don't destroy this mic here. So,
Same. No, literally same.
just give me some.
That's
grace.
actually why. I'm not even wearing a mask. If we get sick next week, you guys know why.
We're not sick.
I'm not sick.
So you're recovering.
No, I've recovered.
You finished.
I recovered.
That's what
You
they all
just-
say.
You're right. But let's get right into the icebreaker.
Aren't you done with the surgery? You got PT.
Exactly. What is going on? But
Oh my God.
let's get right into it. I got a nice question for us. I think the last couple episodes we did some games, so I'm gonna bring back a thought-provoking question.
Oh.
Y'all know I always got the best questions. So
Yeah.
here we go. So my question is, why do you guys think bathroom stall doors don't go all the way down to the floor?
Bro, where do you get your
it's-
questions?
You know
Wait,
what?
let me add on to it though. And then why in the stall is there that little peekaboo slit on the I don't
Yeah, no,
I
that's a
don't
good
understand.
question. That's a good one.
what
That's a good one.
of all the ways you could have built this stuff. And for those that don't know, what I'm talking about with the peekaboo slit is the slit next to in between the door of the stall and the anchor, I guess you'll call
Yeah, I
it.
guess.
Yeah, it's just a space that's just big
All right,
enough
I got the
you see
answer.
somebody's eyeball. So why do we think
number
that's
one,
there?
the space at the bottom,
Mhm.
that's for ventilation.
Ventilation.
But there's space at the top.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Okay.
Most of the
Not
stuff is
enough.
down here.
Let him land. Let him
Not
land.
enough. Not enough.
All right,
him
and then
land.
number two, that little slit
Yeah.
is for your safety. You just gotta be able to see, like, it's like a door, like the
Who's safety?
whoever's inside taking the dump.
No.
Okay. Now
It's
let
like
him
a
land.
door. What's
It's
the
a
thing
theory.
called? On the door.
The lock.
Peephole.
Okay.
Why
like-
is there a peephole on the stall?
Because there's a door.
I'm peeping. But the thing is,
And there's people on the other side.
but the thing is, why can the
You
other
want to just
people
be
peep
so time
me?
out. You want to just be like basically in a porter potty and just
Yeah.
and trapped, and you don't know what's going on outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some bathrooms in restaurants where it's like,
Completely close.
yeah,
It's not. I've never seen one.
you know,
Public
what I'm
bathroom.
Yeah,
Bathroom.
you got
Yeah.
to
completely
be high end.
saying?
Oh, I know what you're talking
This
about.
guy-
It has, like,
this guy doesn't
it
eat
has
fast food.
vents. It has vents in it. Like
No,
in the
not
airport.
vents. Some of them have like a little like lip where the door closes and there's just no gap.
Yeah,
Can't
like it
envi-
goes
can't
from top
envision
to
that.
bottom.
Yeah, we got show you some
we
better
got,
things.
We got.
No, I have seen one. I was
Gotta
just at the
elevate you.
airport. It had like a closet door. It looked like that.
Ah,
Yeah, no, there's some that are like that, but there's some that are like it's like full on like a room.
even that's a better design
Solution.
because you can see out and they can't see
See,
in.
But that's expensive. Like you see that at airport. You're not gonna see that at McDonald's.
Broke.
McDonald's got bread. They need to fix
Yeah,
it.
get your money out.
So your theory is ventilation.
And safety.
Safety.
I think I can't. Like, I'm really trying to rack my brain and be positive. Before I go to the gutter.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? Let me piggyback off of Ahide's answer. And what if there's like a fire?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a fire, and the fastenings are usually made out of metal, right? So it'll be too hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta crawl under to get out.
Okay, I see where you're going.
The stall.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't touch the door.
You can't touch the doors.
Because you're going to crawl right into the fire.
That sound was really, really good. I cannot fathom, other than perverted reasons, why there's so many spaces on the stall. Because why did that, like, you could walk past the stall and accidentally make like eye contact like a person.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is it the same in girls' rooms, Camille?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So
What's your theory?
I don't know. So I would say maybe the bottom is there in case people get trapped. But also I will say it is good for a nice little courtesy pass. Sometimes the stall does not have toilet paper. And if it's a person next to you, you could be like, hey, excuse me.
Oh, my
God.
God.
But why about
And
the,
it
what
come
about the
through
front, though? Why the front?
What do you... What?
Because you can courtesy pass left and right, but why the front?
why is there a gap in the front?
I really don't know.
I've never.
No, you know what else too? It's so like when you're going in the bathroom, you see that somebody's in there. You can see shoes.
Okay.
But then wouldn't
No, that
but
is
it would just be
good.
locked.
No, because...
No, but you still see that somebody's using it.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that
While
is
you're
good.
walking
That probably
outside.
makes it. That
I
probably
feel like
makes
the
sense.
little slit could be for that
The same
too.
way?
Yeah, because it's hard to be like...
Okay.
You know,
so
back in the day,
hold
we
on.
used to always have to...
Yeah, you
Wait.
can see like kind of a
Yeah.
figure or like color in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Wait.
Now
Is
it's
it
like,
so that
yeah.
you don't.
So you know it's
Accidentally walk
occupied.
in. I'm with, but the door is locked.
But
though,
the
so-
doors are locked.
But you're not gonna.
But
You don't need to
everybody
push
doesn't.
it. You don't need to touch the door.
Everybody doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Some
there
of
might
our
be.
counterparts
But
don't
there are
knock.
also bathroom joints that say that when it
Occupied
locks,
those.
it says
We're
like
not talking
occupied.
But
about
we're not-
those.
yeah,
We're talking
no.
about the ones that
Remember,
have
these are not the ones with
slot.
money.
Yeah, there might be somebody out there that don't care about locks, and they just be.
There's people that
Yeah.
can't. There's people that can't read.
Mm.
You know, green means go, red means stop.
They colorblind.
Not everywhere. They're colorblind.
That might be.
They're not making
that
that
might
sound.
be the reason.
This is the reason why.
It's
This is
a
the reason
bad
why they got
reason.
rid of
What somebody
DEI.
came straight? Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Cut the. Sorry. That was crazy. I was just about to say, what if somebody came from like out of country and doesn't know anything about it?
Yeah.
Like, the most you know is like, all right, I see shoes there.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Yeah, not in this America.
You're still going.
That might be the.
That's too-
That might be the reason. I feel like whoever created it didn't think far enough.
Not
To the
kidding.
future.
They're not innovative. They were not innovative at all.
The person that made the slots is more inclusive.
Yeah, but
So
they're
it's
not
like, you see
innovative.
shoes. Somebody's in
They
there.
weren't thinking that. They weren't thinking far enough in the future. They didn't think like, oh yeah, we have the ability to have like a little thing that when it's locked, it'll say occupied and vacant when it's not locked.
Nah, sometimes that little slot be helpful though. Because you can also see out.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't
like
wanna
I'm
see
just-
out.
safety. Like you're
Sometimes-
just seeing what's going on.
I don't want to
Sometimes
see out, bro.
Nah.
you just gotta.
When I used to like work a job I hated, I
She was
would
gonna say something
go.
else.
I used to just go in there and be on my phone, and I would want to know like who's clocking me, like who's walking in, and you know,
Check in.
it was helpful.
Nah.
Well,
You ever made eye contact with somebody?
multiple times.
Yeah, that's
Both ways.
It's disgusting. It's
It's
crazy.
so weird.
I hate it.
It's so weird.
So-
I've never.
You never done that?
You never
be-
accidentally
you be
made eye
looking down?
contact.
Oh,
By accident?
Yeah, like somebody's coming up to the door and they like
Yeah, they walking trying to
You
see
know how
which one's
small that slit is for you to like
it's
make
it's
eye
small
contact in there?
enough.
Yeah.
That
it's
means
big
you're
enough.
determined to lock eyes.
No, you're just
Because imagine if the doors are closed but not locked, and you're trying to figure out which one is occupied or not, and you walk by, you try to push it, and then you make out, oh my bad, and then you
I've never.
or if you're
never
in the stall, you're like locked in. You're not even like you're staring through the
I'm
door.
not looking at like somebody's face. I'm looking at just like bodies moving or somebody's here. I'm not studying your whole.
Yeah, nah, that's not
You
what
never
it's
met
about.
somebody
Facial
short.
recognition.
You never see somebody short walk by.
Still not gonna be looking
Oh,
at the.
nah.
Yeah, all right.
No, you know
But
what's
yeah,
good for it too? If you're like, to your point, like being at work, there's certain people that you work with that you know, like they're about to blow that joint up. So if you go in there and you see the shoes, you like, oh dang,
Nah, it's true.
Liver the onion is
Tali's
about to
in
do
there.
it.
I'm about to step.
Why it me? Wait, no. I don't blow up bathrooms, okay? Let's get one thing straight.
He's like, I'm about to go to second floor. Instead,
Why would you put that on me?
that's an example.
Now everybody gonna think I blow up the bathroom at work.
There's
I don't
you
do
actually,
that.
you actually look like the
But-
type that would bring the what's this the spray, because you know everything about like
Poopery.
bidets and everything. I was like,
Poopery.
wow. Yeah, poopery.
That's fancy. But yeah, for all of y'all out there, I want to know y'all answers. I think I want to do wrong answers only. But
Wrong answer would be fun. You should do that on the
What-
story.
why are the stars built that way?
Wait,
Why-
so you don't have the answer?
no, I didn't look it
I'm
up.
about to research that.
Yes, we might find something interesting. But for all y'all listening or watching, let us know what you think. Why don't the stall doors go all the way down? And what's the purpose of the peekaboo slit? Oh my goodness.
The peekaboo slit.
Oh my God.
That is disgusting.
But yeah, our topic today has nothing to do with stalls
At all.
It has nothing to do with bathroom etiquette. It has nothing to do with none of that. It's just to get us nice and warm. We're really toasty today. But our real topic today, there's one thing that everybody on this episode today here has in common, besides me. They are all artists. They are all creative and they make music from their bare hands and
my
their
goodness.
brain.
Oops, all artists.
Authentic, what's the word? Original music.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Amen.
today our episode is about music and everything about it. How you incorporate music in life, the joys of music, how music overlaps with morals and life and all the things. So
Music.
because I'm the only one that that's actually the title of the episode. Music. So because I'm the only non-artist here, it's gonna be kind of like
But you connected with music too.
yeah. That's why it's good that
You're literally a curator.
that's why it's good that I asked the questions though.
And you
I what?
You play bass.
and you sing.
Yeah, I
And sing.
don't make
And he
nothing.
raps.
And he
He
raps.
literally just
We
wrapped
just-
us into
yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
Give more credit. Give
I ain't
yourself more
official
credit.
though. I ain't finished. I
Nah,
ain't official.
whatever. You so artist.
I do love music though. I'm a music fanatic, but I don't make nothing. So that's why I'm gonna be
He makes
interviewing y'all.
playlists. He makes playlists.
I'm cracking up.
Let me do my job.
My bad.
I'll be interviewing you all pretty much. I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions just to get your perspective, get your mindsets, all the things, and we're gonna
For
get
sure.
into it. So I don't want to put too much of my opinion in there, but I'm gonna play the
Angel's
contrarian,
The contrarian.
and then we're gonna get right into it. So let's start off a little light. I just want to ask you a few questions. At what age did y'all grow up to love music? Simple question.
At what age?
Yeah. Like what age did you realize like, dang, I really love music?
I specifically remember the event. I was a young lad. My dad had an original Thriller vinyl, and he had like the big old sound system. You know, like the sound system is like
Yeah.
that joint is crazy. It's like literally like furniture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like playing that junk, and I was just like on the ground as a child listening. I was like, this is like one of the greatest things like ever created. And I feel like that was like the moment I consciously started like loving music.
Yeah.
So definitely definitely that moment. I think I might have been like, I don't know, I was young, probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the
tough.
rest of y'all?
I think it was one day. I was like 2 or something. I was watching Barney.
2?
I was watching Barney, and then that intro came in.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's playing or not. That's the worst part. I don't know if he's playing or not.
Like, yo, what is this? Then they just went in, Barney is this?
I don't know if he's playing or not.
Are you serious?
I need more of this.
Dang.
It's like, no, I don't know. I really don't know.
Guys
when-
all jokes.
I know. Like, I was around music like my whole life. I don't
Yeah.
have a specific like time where I was like, oh, music is like, is it? But yeah, let's go with that Barney. I like that.
But
Barney
I like that
story.
Barney story.
Yeah, that Barney story. is
You
hard.
didn't have a moment where like, dang, like,
It doesn't
What
have to
about-
be when you're like a kid.
yeah. What about when it was like, I know I want to like,
Be an artist.
yeah.
Maybe
ma-
I can. I mean,
But that one's different.
okay, it's different. Yeah,
Okay.
So just forever for you,
yeah.
forever, ever. I know.
When I see it on videos and stuff like that, like I've been dancing, singing since I was like a baby, literally.
Mm.
Like my dad and mom, they used to play music around the house. My dad used to play the Ishan drum joint.
Mm.
Have you ever seen it before? It's like a circle drum. They used to play it for us back in the day, and they would be dancing at the. Yeah, it doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but
I probably know
he was
it if
playing
I
that
see
joint
it.
like when I was young, like
Mm.
1, 2.
He still has it.
Mhm.
I was gonna ask if he still knows how to play it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does. That joint is up in the cabinet.
Oh snap! Roots. Millie Marche.
Yeah, I think I'm similar. I don't really know. I always jokingly say I've been singing since the womb.
Yeah.
But I also come from a very musical family. So
Your parents sing, or are they artists?
Yeah. So no, I am the first artist, but like both of my parents could have been.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Forever.
yeah,
Forever,
for real,
ever.
for real.
Word.
Dang. So it sounds like, of course, family upbringing, like baked is what helped create your love for music and where you are. Like, who would you all attribute, like, the number one person attribute your love to music to? Like, someone you're like, yeah. Or it could be 2 people if it's like a couple or whatever, or parents. Like, but who would you attribute, like, your love to music?
Definitely my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why?
He used to my dad has such a wide variety of like taste. Like
Yeah.
he used to play like every single Ishan kid in this joint should know them old tapes, them old cassettes of
The
like
DJ
them,
mixes?
not the DJ. It was
Okay.
like the old tribal joints. The
Yeah,
like them joints. And like, so my dad would play like those. My dad would play from that to like reggae. He'll play like, my dad used to play like metal, like
Yeah.
wow.
Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and all that
Really?
stuff. Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah. I don't know what's up with that guy. That's crazy. And then of course like Prince and like MJ and all that stuff like that. He just like had like
Everything.
wide variety of music. It was like crazy. And then even like folk, like I feel like I never heard of like the only like sidebar, there was this episode of Arthur that had this guy, Art Garfunkel. And I was like, the only reason why I know this guy is because my dad used to play Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel's
Yeah.
music.
Mhm.
And I'm like, bruh, nobody, I feel like I'm a crazy person. Like, oh, y'all, that's Art Garfunkel. Everybody's like, shut up. You sound stupid. Who is that? And so he had like, just because he had like a wide taste of music,
Yeah.
that's where I got mine.
Millie.
The question is,
Who would you attribute your love for music to the most?
the most?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Dang. So, okay,
too many
it's
to pick?
twofold. No, it's my
Okay.
parents, but so I would say my musical taste is more so inspired by my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and my love for performance is more so inspired by my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you performed. I could see your mom singing all your lyrics and she watching how you do it. She like, yes, nods of approval, everything.
Yeah.
I
She used to coach me for sure.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I could tell.
That's tough.
Sheesh.
For me-
Easy.
Yeah, for me, my dad, kind of similar to Tyler, he used to play those cassettes. He also used to go to like the record store with his friends and they'll like collect records, like all kinds of genres.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would play that in the house. My mom also, I think she has, what is it called? Relative pitch, I guess. I guess both my parents have relative pitch.
Wow.
Because they can like hold a note, they can harmonize,
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
they can do all of that stuff. So,
My parents cannot do that.
Yeah.
Mine either, but
I mean, yeah, they used to like, I think my mom used to sing, if I'm not mistaken. Sing or dance, I'm not sure.
She can dance still.
Yeah. And then,
Still.
and then my dad used to play the drum joint, the gong. So percussionist. What else? Uncle Victor too. My Uncle Victor.
really,
Like when he was first living with us, when he first came to America, and I was younger, he would play a lot of like Sunny Ade, Fela, Sonny Okosun, Tali's uncle, while he's painting.
yeah.
So I'll just be hearing that like casually in the house. You know? Another thing too, my parents did, I think that was good. Like they noticed that I liked music, so they would buy like a microphone or buy like those toy guitars and like encourage me to like play or like sing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, my dad was playing drums for me and I'll be dancing. So
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's really good. I think my dad was similar. I know it's not about me, but
No, please.
it's funny. It's funny. It's really, I don't know if it's a ASON thing or something, but how like when they got here, they kind of just went into every single genre possible. I don't know, because ASON doesn't really have like a really, really prominent sound
Yeah.
by itself. It may be like High Life or
Mm-hmm.
mostly,
Or the
but
popular one. I mean, they do.
or
They-
maybe it's
the
just
tribal one.
Yeah.
That's the prominent one. I was saying.
Yeah. But
But
I
I get what you're saying.
yeah. Maybe it's just me. Like as I got older, I realized that my parents were once young and they like music in different genres and stuff like that. So my dad used to do the same thing. Like he'll play all different types of genres. His thing is like when there's celebrations, he's playing music. My dad actually used to DJ when he was younger over here. So he'll play everything. And then when I got older, started realizing who the artist was. I was like, oh snap! My dad was actually playing all of these artists.
like,
All
was
the
my
way back
dad
then.
hip?
He was hip.
Was he
I
happening?
heard some 50 Cent one time. I heard.
50
Whoa.
Cent?
Oh, it's
Nah.
tough.
I'm telling you.
Not Uncle Banging Many Men.
Wait.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
tough.
Crazy.
So yeah, and they used to when they're in their little their community, a lot of them used to DJ. So they used to
Yeah.
they used to make their own DJ mixes and just play everything from P Square to everything.
Yeah.
The Bonds, all of them. It was just
That's
the whole
everybody
thing.
knew how to make like mixes.
Yeah.
Mixed burn
Yes,
CDs.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Mhm.
that's really good. How many instruments do y'all play?
2,
And you can include your voice in there too.
3.
You have
Oh, that's a
to.
good. So
Yeah.
let me ask this question real quick.
Go
Do you guys
ahead.
consider your voice an instrument?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's my
Everybody
first
here, yes?
instrument. Yeah.
You consider an instrument, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
I had this discussion with my brother like on Sunday,
Uh-huh.
ironically.
He
Well,
said
me,
no?
my son, my brother, and my sister. He said no.
Why not?
He just didn't consider it an instrument. He got like technical, like the 5 families of the instrument. Vocals is not in it, and it was just
It
Wouldn't
is, though. It
isn't it a
is.
wind instrument?
nah. Wind. He said wind is what's it called?
Reeds.
Need a reed. Yeah.
No, you don't. What's a flute?
There's still a reed in the flute, I think. Not a wooden one.
It's
right?
not. It's
It's
not a
not-
wind instrument,
But flute,
but it
flute is
falls
brass.
into a
isn't it?
family though.
Wouldn't flute be
Oh.
brass?
No, because a saxophone would be brass and it has a reed.
Darn it.
Bring your brother on this show. I'm a challenger.
No, but I think it's a instrument. It was
Whichever
just- it was just
whichever
funny.
one things have to vibrate. I don't know what
That's
music
what I said. I
family that
said
is. That's the
I
family.
said like it's kind of percussion
Percussion.
It is,
because
yeah.
it's vibrating and it
Mhm.
brings the
Vocal cords.
tones.
Yes.
Yeah, your vocal cords are vibrating.
Cool.
Yes.
It makes
And
notes.
then that's when I convinced him. He was like, "All right." you have a
Yeah, it
point.
makes notes. And you gotta train it. It's an instrument.
But it was just
the
funny that
most
you said
temperamental
you can
instrument
include your
there
voice
is.
because I was talking about that.
Yeah.
I lost count.
So what's the number? How many instruments y'all play?
think I got a good 3.
A good 3? That's it?
4 if you include vocals. Bass guitar, drums, keyboard. Well, I don't know if you consider like transposing, saying that you can play. I transpose
on keyboard.
Fake keyboardist.
Sorry, guys. The fact that you know what that is means you can play.
Fake keyboard.
And then vocals, that's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So are we counting what we feel we play well?
No, because you
Okay.
all are artists.
5.
And you're average, or
I can
you,
play triangle then.
you feel like you.
That's 5.
I'm cracking up.
Triangle only got 1 note, so I mean, anybody can play triangle if you want to throw it in there.
Dang.
Yeah, I got 5.
5? What are they?
Voice,
Mm-hmm.
piano,
Mm-hmm.
drums,
Mm-hmm.
bass,
Mhm.
and acoustic guitar.
Then you can play drums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my second instrument.
I need to see you play drums.
I think there's a video floating around somewhere.
Yeah, we should be
Really
taking
recently?
over at the.
Yeah, like
Recent?
not, but like I'm talking about like within like the last like 2 years.
I mean,
Like
yeah.
she played at Light City before, and that was funny because it was like where it was just like you just look and it's just
Wait, what
like
kind of
Camille.
beat were you playing?
um,
He's like doing.
I don't remember.
But she was like
I
she
don't
was like
remember.
Chopping.
She had the pocket.
yeah she was like
The thing is, yeah, I'm all pocket. That's it.
That's all you
I got
need.
a couple chops, but it's pocket up and
pocket
down.
over chops.
Grooves over chops.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Talizi, how many instruments?
I play guitar, I play bass, and I sing. It's funny that people separate the guitars like acoustic and electric.
Really? It's the same.
It's just guitar.
Mhm.
It's just the output.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
Yeah, if you can play, if you can play electric, you can play.
Maybe they're
acoustic.
talking about like rhythm versus lead.
You can play lead on a acoustic guitar.
I feel like.
But people that are playing
they're not the
acoustic are
same
not playing
instrument, though.
lead. People that are playing
Yeah.
acoustic are playing like chord rhythm and stuff. If you're
I play-
electric, you can be more.
There's
I
a
play
different
chords on
feel.
both.
I would never
And then
play
I
electric.
play lead. I can do a
I would
line
never
on
play
both.
electric.
I don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I mean,
It hurts.
no.
You can play lead on
No, it
acoustic
hurts.
guitar.
Yeah.
You're
If you ask him to do a solo on his acoustic guitar, he'll bust that joint out.
Doing a
'cause
solo
you're
and
different.
playing lead are different.
You can play lead on an acoustic guitar. It's
I feel like they two different instruments.
Tyler, you built different.
No,
That's all I'm hearing.
it's in the same manner that upright bass and electric bass are different. It's different.
Those are- that's two different techniques that you got to play.
I feel like there's two different
That's what we're
techniques.
talking about right now.
I could put
Yeah.
no, because I could play electric bass, but I definitely cannot play upright bass.
Yeah, upright is different.
But I'm saying like you still use a different technique with
You
acoustic.
have you played an electric guitar?
Yeah, that's why I won't again.
And I played. I feel like I played both, and I'm like, it's just, I don't change anything that I'm doing on either or. But you know,
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. I play guitar and I play bass
You use bar chords on acoustic.
for sure. That's how I learned.
The rest of us don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all get real deep.
This is for music nerds. That's like
Music nerd only. Sucking up, but yeah,
Man,
just
Just-
three.
in general, what like inspired y'all to go into a new instrument? Was it kind of like you wanted to add something, or just like I kind of like this sound in this season? Let me go learn it.
Yeah, for me, I think music is a language, so I wanted to increase my vocabulary.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
Is
hey,
that
chat.
too much?
Clip that chat. Clip that chat. Clip it. Clip it. Clip it.
Marche
But yeah, but it's true though. So
Yeah.
like, especially when I started studying music in school, I couldn't hear the bass.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
no.
in songs, or like, or yeah.
I had you on all the harmonies though. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass. I could pick out those parts, but I could not hear the bass. And knowing like starting to learn changes, knowing that the bass line was going to help my ear, I was like, maybe I should, pick some
Pick it
up.
up.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
I wanted to play with my friends. I wanted to play with my friends. I was not. I started on guitar, but I wasn't good enough. This is me personally thinking like, I don't know how to play guitar with a band. You know, I didn't know back then. But I sure as heck know how to play bass with a band. So, and there's some stuff that transferred over. It's just So I was like, all right, let me just
Pick it up
yeah.
so I can have fun. Pick up some aura.
Like, sure. Or farming.
Aura farming.
What about this guy?
For me, I think I started off on drums. I don't remember how I did that, but I just like drums. And then
Like to
I was
be
playing-
loud.
I like to be loud. No.
I feel like a lot of boys start off on drums.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the
cool.
It's the most appealing instrument. Yeah, it's just the loudest, like you said. But I didn't want to be loud.
All the church boys, man. Like,
Not for real.
Shout out
Let's
all
do
the
the
church
pipe-
The pipeline, the drum line pipeline is crazy. Shout out all the church boys. Nah, but so I was on drums and then started playing in church. So now I'm around like the legends.
Yeah,
TJ.
local legends.
TJ!
He was playing key bass. He was playing bass on the
On
keyboard.
the keyboards.
And he was like nasty on that joint. So I was like, dang, I want to learn. So I started playing bass on keys, like he was doing it. And then he was encouraging me actually kind of like to learn how to play
real
like
bass.
real bass. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because I can't be doing it on keys forever. So then I actually learned keys as well, like just watching the other musicians in the church. But then that's when I went to bass. I was like, all right, let me take it to the next level.
I think you were the first
level.
bass guy
Think so?
at
Alex.
Bethel.
No, Alex.
Alex was before you?
Yeah, Alex. I was playing on Alex bass.
Oh, dang, yeah.
No,
Shout
I was first. Yeah.
Shout out to Alex Allow.
OG.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
OG 7513.
If you listen to this, stay up.
That man was a trendsetter for real.
I don't know. I wanted to say something motivating. What's your feeling of like the state of music right now? Raw opinions. The state of music right now. How do y'all feel? It doesn't sound as good. Everybody's sighing. Deep breaths.
Well,
Deep exhales.
it's in a good and a bad place.
How can it be both?
It's good because there's so many tools now.
Okay.
To
I see what
create.
you're saying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Access to music is
Tools like what?
bigger. Tools like just DAWs like Logic.
What is
computer-
a DAW?
What you produce on your laptop to create beats and music
Okay.
and stuff. So everybody has that on their MacBooks now. Even have it on your phone. GarageBand.
GarageBand, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's videos to learn everything.
Yeah,
now.
tutorials.
I don't even, like, how were people learning music back then? It's like you have to
was
go to
passed
actual
down.
tutors. Or it was passed
Yeah,
down.
literally.
So now everything is more accessible,
Middle school.
easy to learn, but I think the problem is that with the easy access, it's like anybody can get into it. And so anybody and everybody.
All you need
does
is a
get
blue
into it.
Yeti mic and a cracked version of Fruity Loops. And
And
you're
then
good to go.
I guess with the industry too, I feel like the industry is to blame as well. They're pushing a lot of, or they're watering down the standard for like what is considered good and acceptable music.
For sure.
So now people are not striving to like, oh, I gotta be the best guitarist. I gotta be the best.
Striving
this,
to go
that.
viral.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a gift and a curse.
Millie, he looked like he got a lot to say. Raw
I'm
opinions.
cracking up. Raw opinion. Okay. I mean, I do like that what he stated. There are more tools. I think the current state though is because there's like this wealth of access to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that feel like they can do a thing without being learned. Grinding and or being learned.
Education.
Not even necessarily saying that you have to go to school, but at least study something. And I think with that, there's like a lack of history and origin. Like prior to, you can look at trends of music and you can just be like, okay, this was birthed from this was birthed from this. I think we have a lot of like bastard genres now because
Father with genre.
No, facts. It's true. It's true. Because it's just like, these people didn't study. They're not listening. It's just like, and I'm going to just get up here and I'm going to just scream now. Yeah.
No, that's real.
And because it's over some 808s, it really doesn't matter what I'm saying. So, yeah.
I think illiteracy is like running rampant.
In general or music illiteracy?
In general. And I think it's transferring over into music. And I think that if we picked up books, I put bread on it, the music scene would be so much better. Look,
What's have to do with music?
let me land.
Yeah.
Books, it develops brain. Like reading develops you, right? I really feel like there's a good correlation between as the literacy levels go up, the music is going down. And it's like I'm really I came to this realization, but I've been really thinking about this for the past like 2 weeks. Like the way people like approach music and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. Cause I love, but I also curse 808s at the same time. Because 808s are so fun to listen to. But people have used them as like a crutch.
Yeah.
And they think like, all right, if I heard this one song on TikTok and it was like the beat was tough, but like the guy only had one verse. And the second verse, he was just, I could tell he only had one verse. So I really feel like I don't know. I don't have the exact science yet. I don't have all the facts, but I really feel like if we read more, if we were more well-read, our music would be better. I just feel it. I feel it. No, I just feel it.
I kind of disagree because look at the OGs, like not even in America, like overseas, like in the villages.
I want you to think
they
about
weren't necessarily reading. They like it was kind of what's the word?
But I want you to think of it like this. It wasn't innate. I want you to think of it like this. Out of all the people that we know of, you think about how many youngins didn't make it. There's probably so many. It was just like the youngins that made it and they weren't read. These youngins were like just pure talent, bro. A fella does not come, and even then,
I don't think
fella's family is OC well-read, and he was OC well-read. And the younger that aren't OC well-read, they're like just like savants. Back then they're straight, OC talented.
I don't think everybody was a savant. I think like
I want you to think of,
because like even if we're talking about like his family, for example, if you go all the way back, you get to a part where it's like it's a little more primal, and it's like there's nothing like reading per se. It's just like you're literally communicating with like drums and stuff. So it's like
maybe it's
not like, and you have to be the best at like communicating with drums, but just like everybody communicates.
And maybe the level, like of course when it gets primal, the level of literacy, but I think they still had to study some music. They still tried to hone their craft. They still,
I don't know about study. I think
like they still had.
I feel like it's a reflection of the intelligence.
Somebody had to sit down and teach these youngins.
Yeah, because you can't just be drumming and saying weird words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I don't think it's studying. I think it's just like naturally living. You weren't like, you didn't sit down formally to learn like, oh, this drum beat means it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
You did.
No, I think it's passed down. It's not.
How was it passed down?
But even if
like
it's passed down,
like
you sat down. But that's still learning.
These youngins are not doing that. They're not.
I think it's a difference between like learning and studying. Like studying, you formally sitting down to learn it. Sometimes learning is just by living.
Reading doesn't necessarily mean have to study. I'm talking about reading, increasing common sense and intelligence and synapses and stuff like that. Youngins are not using their brains. Their brains are not being used, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think that there's a trickle down effect in that as well. Because there was a time where music was for the educated / the elite. Like you weren't. Yeah, like even when you think about genres like
it was a bar
jazz,
to entry.
Yeah, for sure. Like because those are still technically methods of communication. Now it's just.
But I also don't want it to be that like, because there were people back then that weren't like educated.
Mhm.
Like, you know, like when I
who?
say reading,
Like a,
I'm just talking about like there's like musicians and stuff like that. Like I don't think Jimi Hendrix went to school for stuff like that. But
you know that man studied.
yeah, okay. I guess what I'm saying is like I don't want it to come out that like it's like a elitist thing.
Yeah. Still
But
late.
I do nice. But I do think that back then it was like I don't know. They just had more. I don't know if it's that they had more sense
People
or they were
still.
just using their brain
people
more, or there
still
was
went to-
less distractions.
I think it's
I
that
don't know.
last part that because like I think the distraction is what's bringing it down.
And so
If
I'm-
there's nothing else there, then it will just stay.
okay,
neutral
so as
or
the
go
distractions
higher.
are coming, what's the best way to fight that? Literacy.
Read a book. So I think from all of your responses, I think it's safe to say that there is, as far as quality is concerned, there is bad music. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There is bad music. Y'all were kind of going in the direction I wanted to go. I wanted to know, since we're talking about literacy, in music, do y'all feel like we've lost the art of storytelling?
I think it's being lost. Camille's tired.
I'm going to let Camille go first.
I'm just gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just get annoyed because that's like one of my favorite things to do. One of my professors used to always say as well, like, if you can tell a good story, you'll never go broke. But I feel like nowadays people just, I don't know where the minds are, but it's like people don't, the attention span. I don't know, but yeah, I think there is. I think storytelling is a lost art. There are some artists that are
Still
trying to
doing
bring it back.
Uh-huh.
Hey, and
Shameless
but
plug.
for sure. And others. I wasn't actually thinking about myself when I said that initially, but also, I lost my thought.
Nah, that's all right. People don't make albums. They don't make albums, cohesive albums.
Take it back on.
Thank
Picked
you.
up her thoughts.
Yeah,
Joined
time.
up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
But yeah, I have noticed that like people don't make cohesive albums anymore. Or if it's an album, it's just songs.
It's just a playlist.
Yep.
It's just a playlist.
It's like I took a bunch of singles and here's an
Yeah.
album. Jesus.
Storytelling.
Storytelling, man. I do think it's becoming lost, and when it's presented, it's either bashed or downplayed, or you know, because there are sorry, I'm just gonna say it. We see a premier rapper, you know, using the art of storytelling to this day, his whole career. He has songs that are like OC storytelling. And I've been like listening to the storytelling ones, and I'm like listening to them like an audiobook. Like
It's
I can
how did he do that?
I'm visualizing the scene he's painting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and youngers are like, yeah, no, that joint is boring. That joint, I'm like, I start choking. I start wanting to choke myself.
It might be that literacy thing. They don't get it because they don't understand books.
Wrap it in a bow.
So
That's true.
They
I
can't appreciate it because
That makes
the
sense.
literacy.
That makes sense.
it's being lost.
No, I think I agree. I don't think it's being lost per se. I think it's evolving.
Really?
Yeah. So, I think back then, just because of like how people's attention span is right now, you had the bandwidth to go through an album and you had the literacy that you guys are using to understand a whole cohesive album from beginning to end. And like, all right, yeah, that was really good. But I think now everything is faster. So like the stories are faster. It's not watching movies per se. Now we're watching like
TikToks.
I mean, TikToks is extreme. I was gonna say like maybe like a 5-minute clip or like a 5-minute movie. So you're watching like shorter stories that just give you a general vibe.
But I'm
That
not
makes
even
sense.
talking about
So,
like,
like,
in a
people-
sense- oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. So like people are just they're not going into like, oh, my whole background and like, oh, I met this person, I met that. But somebody's like, all right, I woke up today, I'm feeling good. I'm that guy.
And that's it.
And it's like that's the story. That's it, and that's all people need sometimes. Some people don't want to read a full novel. Some people just want to read a picture book.
But I feel like I'm not even talking about like album, like, because I get it. Sometimes going through a whole album, it'd be a lot.
Yeah.
But like each songs, just one song can tell a
There's
story.
no depth.
2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes can tell a story.
I think nowadays
Yes, it
the instrumentals is doing more of the storytelling than the actual
It's not really the story.
vocal.
Interesting.
It's like you said, it's a picture, but
It's
with no
painting,
words.
it's painting a picture now. So yeah, it's like painting a picture now, and you're kind of filling in the blanks with your imagination for the story.
I feel like that's like kind of coping, man.
Yeah.
It's coping.
A little.
I think it's just looking at it from a different lens.
It's very positive. It's good though.
Yeah.
We need a positive voice.
Yeah, you need a nice picture, make you smile.
No, I just need to make an excuse so you guys hear a song from me.
We got
I'm not talking about nothing.
Paula
You know why?
what's his name? Paula Abdul.
Simon Cowell.
No, this is Simon. No, actually, am I Simon? I might
you're
be Simon.
bro. She's more random.
In this
You're
conversation,
Randy.
you're Simon.
I'm Simon. She's
You've
Randy.
been
Yeah,
calling
you're Randy.
people dumb.
Cause you're like
You're like, it's a
kinda
no
nice.
from me, dog.
Yeah. and then he's like, everybody's doing it. And then I'm like, that's absolute crap. Like, so never
Oh, my
mind.
goodness.
You're right.
This guy
I'm
Ryan
cracking up.
Seacrest. That's crazy. he just there to look good.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
I know.
So now we're gonna get a little bit deeper. All right.
Wow.
So we're all Christian here. And why do we think the topic of music is very sensitive when it comes to how music aligns with your walk, like Christianity? What makes the topic sensitive? Whether you agree with it or not.
You said the Christians?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the questions.
Nah.
Elaborate.
Fellow Christians are what make it sensitive.
What do you mean?
I think.
That means she's trying to think like,
Yeah, she's
how
like,
am I
how am I gonna say this nicely?
Yeah, because
Randy.
I think when it comes to the art form of music, there is a lot of policing done in Christian communities that is not necessarily there when it comes to other art forms or other careers. So I think that that's one of the things that makes it like super, super sensitive. Because yeah, you'll have people, for instance, like, oh, would you go sing at, why are you singing at a club? Da, 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 blah, blah. But nobody would say anything to a plumber about cleaning a Satanist house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Whoa.
I mean, it is what it is. Like,
That's good.
it's just like, okay. So
it's unfortunately a bar.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna go that direction.
Let's unpack that, because that's like, I don't know, that might be a little different. Well, maybe just that analogy, right? I guess if you relate it to, do you all see like your creation as just work, or do you see it as like, I feel like because it's creative is more of like an extension of yourself and personality versus like, yeah, like if it's just your profession, that's different. Like if you're a doctor, you're not going to say no to certain people. If you're a police officer, you're not going to choose not to take certain calls because of who it is. But versus when it's a creative aspect, you have more of a choice on what to and what not to do.
I mean, if it's work though, is that the case? Because we're supposed to do everything as unto the Lord.
Yes.
So,
but like with your profession, you can't really, you don't have so much of a choice, right?
You could say no.
I mean, you could say no. You could say no, and it's offering as a service. But I mean, I want to hear from you all.
I mean, to Camille's point about the second half of that, because Camille, you worked as like a musician, like an artist,
absolutely,
like full time.
Yeah.
So I know me and Ehide don't have the exact same experience. You know what I'm saying? So as someone that did work in that position, I can see how that could happen. Like, okay, if you are not even signed to like a label, like, you know, you did a performance band thing, like people would hire the band for like parties and stuff like that. and so she's an employee.
Yeah.
That like they're like, okay, we're hiring you for this party, and the party's like it's like a wild office party or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of that's why I
that
think
makes sense.
That's kind of where I'm thinking because like, but that's again that's
yeah,
also
she has no control of the party. She's
exactly.
Right.
She's giving a service.
Right. Exactly.
That makes sense.
And even like the people that she's playing with in the band, because maybe some people don't uphold the same values as her.
Yep.
You know, it's just like just because it's music, people think that like, oh, you know. But that's that part. To answer the original question, the sensitivity, I think is because out of like, in my opinion, this is strictly opinion, out of all the art forms, music evokes like an emotional aspect more than any other genre. In my opinion, more than movies, more than like, you know, like painting and stuff like that. And not to say that they don't evoke, but like sound, literally like can like bring back memories, can do so many things to a person's like mental and spirit. So I think that's the reason why Christians are so like sensitive about it. I know some people like to, you know, let's bring our Bibles out. You know, some people like to put akin to you know, what Satan did in heaven, what his job was, because it was, you know, music. Yeah. So people like to put it in that way. I think it kind of backs it up a little bit, but it's like in reality, like even like outside of that, it's just like what music does for people and how it can sway and move people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think the sensitivity.
Yeah, that's really good. It has a lot of power, like subliminally and overtly. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
Another thing, music has a lot of, or music is very attractive. I guess it's kind of like what you're saying. It's attractive, and it has the ability to create a lot of influence. Like you're literally like, if you're an artist, you're on the stage, and like if you're performing like in a church, for example, let's say that like you're literally on the stage with the microphone, no different than like the pastor, right? And you're saying a message, and you're portraying something, like you have an image and everything. So I think that's probably like the second most flashy kind of ministry. Yeah, behind being like the pastor of the church. I feel like it's even, it might even be more
flashy because a pastor. I mean, I'm just
I think that it actually might be
because a sermon. If a sermon's hitting, the sermon's hitting. Sometimes the sermon's not hitting, it's not hitting. But like, if somebody's like tough, is like always doing worship, son.
Nah,
I'll say this.
There's
I think
a level
like
of power the
people
pastor has.
Put artists on the same pedestal.
Okay,
as
at least
like
the same
pastors.
pedestal.
Is it right?
Okay.
Maybe
I
not.
don't think so.
But that's how it is in the community.
That makes sense.
I don't disagree. I do. So going back to what you said, that did make me think. I feel like music is one of the only things that can evoke the five senses. Yeah. For sure. Just by like hearing whatever.
I'll add in though. I think the sensitivity in music, as you guys pointed out, with evoking emotions and feelings and things like that, that's something that's actually not unique to Christianity. Now that I think about it, like when there's certain eras in human history, political or just certain movements, there's usually like music that's attached to it, right? Even when people are protesting things like government, that's why I felt I was so tough or so prominent, right? He was protesting through music, and music, like you said, evokes a lot of emotion, and it can be used as a tool to rally the masses, to galvanize. Even like there's things like war cries. That's a war cry is people getting people in the mood.
In the army.
Yeah, so music is. I mean, it's spiritual. That's probably why it's so sensitive.
True,
It can do a lot of really good things, and it can do a lot of damage if not tended to carefully. For sure. So I wanted to ask, like, from you all as consumers of music, because you have to consume music in order to inform like your creativity, right? Like you talked about being learned and all of those things. There's no way you can not listen to music and be an artist. I mean,
For sure.
there is a way, and I'll say from my perspective, you can definitely tell
What's the way
when somebody is just making music or just making songs and music, and when they are a musician or they are true, like you can tell when an artist is a musician or when they just making songs. I can tell immediately, like just the way they connect with the song, connect with the production, like. It's like, why are you fighting the beat? Like, why are you
fighting the beat?
The beat is there to help you. Like, it's okay.
Yikes.
So I wanted to ask, like, in that journey of like continue to stay abreast of music, is there a line for y'all for like music or artists like you wouldn't listen to as a Christian, as a person? I know like you all as researchers, you could probably listen to a lot of things and be okay, right? And get something out of it. But are there things, do you all draw a line as consumers or as artists of things that you won't listen to or people you won't listen to? You don't have, if you want to name, you can name. You don't have to though.
Yeah, so I find that my lines are any artist who blasphemes, whether in their life or their music. I don't pick them back up, like even if I formerly listened to them. I also don't listen to people that I feel make a mockery of Christianity. And because sometimes the reason I'm distinguishing between the two is because sometimes I feel like the latter can be in Christian spaces. Yeah, I feel like there are worship leaders or, different people in the Christian influential space that I'm not going to say they don't know God, but they act like they don't.
Okay.
That's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's just some people that just, I think because I've, been on this walk for a while, you can kind of tell, when what's behind certain songs and certain people. You don't even have to know a person's life, for real, if you just a little sensitive. And then even then it's like, I don't know. I feel like, because some people are real blatant with it, you know what I'm saying? Like just blatant with it. But others is like, you're just not a good person. Like, yeah, I'm not I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you're a Satanist or whatever. But it's like, I see your lifestyle. I'm just like, bruh, I don't want to support that. I don't want to support you. I don't want to support that. You don't take care of your kids. Stuff like that. Like just like things like that. I mean, people might think I'm like annoying with it, but it's like, bruh, if your lifestyle is just like ick, I'm probably not gonna be listening to you.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's important. I know there's some people out there that be like, bruh, I'm listening to music. I'm not listening for the person.
I think it's important because it's supporting them. That's their money. Like, man, that's their money.
Yeah.
That's their money, and then whatever they got, I mean, spiritually might go into
come
you.
on. No, come on, because that person is still a vessel, even if you, yes. So no,
so it's
cut
like
that off.
The spirit of deadbeat might,
That's crazy.
for example, or just like, just whatever they're going through. I can say this for a fact as an artist, when I'm going through stuff, I put pen to paper and I express myself, and I kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have some songs that are like sad, and I was really sad when I made this song. So I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let what I had going in go out. And that was like my best way of it going out. So if somebody hears it, maybe they'll get sad. I don't know. It's a sad song, so I would hope, maybe you will feel sadness, but it's sometimes it's more than that. Some people have anger. Some people have all these things, malice, whatever. When they're putting that pen down, and then if you hear that, and especially if you're like just so spiritually open or wow, or just like not spiritually strong, man, that don't just dog you. You know what I'm saying?
Zamwe?
Yeah, I'm kind of similar to Camille and Tali, what they said as far as like the line. Not listening to anything that's like overtly blasphemous and like that goes against what I stand for. I will say though, the way I kind of look at music sometimes is a little different, and I don't know how to put it. I guess the best way I can put it, like now I'm thinking about it, is like if you go to school and you have like different lecturers, and they're teaching you like someone's teaching you like biology, someone's teaching you chemistry, someone's teaching you like history. Like you're just going there to learn.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just listening to learn.
But that's what. But they're putting. He pointed that out.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm still saying like
okay, my bad.
that's just like how I look at it. I'm not necessarily like following, or I'm not like supporting the person as like I don't know what the lecturer does in his spare time or her spare time, and it's like that person could actually be a Satanist, like could literally be like an enemy, and I wouldn't even know it. But they're still teaching me.
Something.
And so I guess like what I'm trying to say is like I separate the wheat from the chaff, or I try as much as possible to. But for the most part,
that makes a lot of sense, and actually took me a while to like understand that aspect. It's kind of like reading a book, right? When you read books, you can read a good book from somebody who be doing wild stuff in their personal life. Like there are a lot of educational books that are written by people.
And you don't look at the origin of the author, like where they came from.
Right, before you read it. Or maybe not even after. Real. Right?
That's real.
And I think that's
you do.
If it was really good.
Oh yeah.
But what about like textbooks and stuff like in school? They're just random. It's like 8 authors.
Yeah, or not even
for a chemistry book.
Like I know a cast member, Edo, said he reads tons of books, right? And he may not know the life of the person that wrote the book unless he actually does the research. Or one person that I read a book from in the back in the past. His name was Ryan Holiday. And then I heard a podcast of him recently. He believes in some weird stuff. I was like, this is the same Ryan Holiday? He made a tough book over here. Dang.
That's how it be.
So I definitely think that perspective on music is actually very unique because most people aren't listening to music to study.
That is true.
They're not artists.
Yeah.
So that context isn't received or understood by most people unless you're an actual artist.
Yeah.
But for most people, they're listening to music for entertainment. So the thing that you're studying on, they're making that their main diet.
That's a good word to use. Like another analogy is like food. So like diet. People are this is like dessert. This is like entertainment. Pleasure is not really like your balanced breakfast, but people are using music as like their balanced breakfast and are basing everything off of like, oh, I follow this artist, I follow that artist, and I listen to them every day, kind of, or like even in Christian space, like, oh, I listen to this worship person, I listen to that worship team, and I'm good. I do quiet times, soak music, all that stuff. And it's like, that's not your balanced breakfast.
You don't read your word. You don't read your Bible.
You don't eat meat. Bread.
No,
You're just filling yourself up with chips.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because it seems like, man, just from perspectives from outside looking in, I'll be so confused sometimes because it's like, as Camille said, like people who are overtly like against what you believe in, it seems like sometimes there's defense for artists or songs that are overtly saying the opposite thing of what you say you believe, but then it's like like it's not that deep or it's not that man. We've been talking about literacy on this episode. Y'all need to go read some of the lyrics No,
No
literally
facts.
read it. I'm not gonna try to put a stumbling block in front of you, but sometimes read the lyric and let your Holy Spirit tell you what to do with that.
And if you ignore the Holy Spirit, that's on you.
oh my goodness.
That's all I gotta say.
So what would y'all say are some good guidelines for like people like engaging in music to kind of figure out where their line should be to listen to the song or to an artist? Like what can help somebody like process that? Because some of it is preference. A lot of it should be black and white when this is like they say they hate your God or whatever it may be. Stuff Bible pages in areas that don't see the sun. Like some people get it. A lot of people know what I'm saying, but what would y'all say would be some guidelines to help people kind of like, okay, maybe I should listen to them, maybe I shouldn't, or this is fine, this isn't fine. What y'all think?
Should I just go?
Yeah, go ahead.
just go.
This your show.
Ooh, my show.
Or what do you do?
What do I do?
Like, maybe I should keep bumping the song or not bumping the song.
I think number one, I think it's like layers. It's like, it's kind of like, I kind of do it like in layers. It's like, there's just certain people, I guess, because like I as a music listener, I have my finger on the pulse fairly like well. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, there's just some jumps, like I don't even need to listen to the music.
Yeah.
I already know what you about. Like, just because I know I know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you don't even have to like, if you bout it, if you really like about this, like, Christian John, it's like, all right, I already know what you're about. I don't even need to test the waters. You know what I'm saying? And then even like coming from like a researcher standpoint, it's like, all right, I can like find this in another place, something less wild or something, whatever. But there's like that, and then like I think as you like partake and like listen and stuff like that, it's like, bruh, like, conviction, which is a little hard to say just because it's like conviction. I'm hitting the Camille right now. Because I'm trying to figure out like I would less.
Y'all saying,
Sorry, conviction is not foolproof, and a lot of people think it is. A lot of people think that conviction. When I say foolproof, I mean like
if you're not convicted,
if
then
you're not
okay.
convicted, it's like it's chill. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I'm not convicted about. I'm just keeping it a bean, but if I just do it based purely on that, then I'll be doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that I did in the past that even right now I don't feel convicted about it, but I'm like, okay, but that joint wasn't edifying. I know it wasn't edifying. I don't feel convicted about it, but I know it wasn't edifying. So I'm using my brain.
Yeah.
So I really think even if like conviction is good, use conviction. If you feel that conviction, usually follow it, because most times if you feel it, is
Bible talks about that. Like anything not done in faith is actually a sin.
Yeah.
Like so, if you feel convicted about it or you feel like you should move in a direction, and you ignore that, the Bible says that's for you and him. That's for you and God. You sin.
And then and then finally,
let me actually find that scripture. Keep talking.
Do that.
I think it's in Romans.
Keep going.
Oh,
I'm gonna find
my bad. Your brain. Use your brain. I'm just keeping it a bean. Use your brain, y'all.
Always going off people like.
I'm sorry, I have to, because it's like if you hear this, if you're a Christian, there's like certain things that at least you know, even if you don't adhere to it, you know. And if you go against it, or if you do something that's against it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally on you. And you have that in your brain. You know that, like, all right, that I'm wilding, or I'm listening to something that's wild, or I'm doing something that's wild. You know it. So if somebody comes and confronts you about it, you're gonna be like, it's just like, so it's just like, I just like that's the reason I like with the conviction, I use my brain, bro. Like I just know something isn't edifying. Like if like putting it akin to food, if I'm eating junk food all day, I know I'm not feeling sick. I don't feel sick. But it's like in my head, I'm a man with sense, so I know this is not good for me.
I need an apple.
I need to let me go drink some water. You know what I mean?
Sense.
So I'm not feeling sick. I don't feel bad. I ate like a rat the whole day. I don't feel bad though, but it's like I'm intelligent enough to know that like I should go eat something with substance. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And that scripture, like you said, was Romans 14:23. So anybody looking for it, 14:23. But yeah.
Okay. I feel like if you gotta ask the question, just don't do it. That would be my first guideline.
Yeah.
But if you want to be testy, because we know how folks are,
want to get all the way up to the line.
If you want to do that, I would say then try the Spirit by the Spirit. If you, because it could be it presents itself in little things. So I'm, mature enough now to know that like, dang, maybe I just had a little more road rage because I was just listening to, you know what I'm saying, Rough Riders or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I'll catch that because I'll be like, dang, why did that jump out?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dang, you were just, So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a good thing. And then some of us who fast, I would also say like if you have fasted from a certain type of music and you notice that when you go back to that music it's just like eating you up, maybe
need to let it go.
Yeah, okay, you need to put it down because it's all. So I love that you equated it to food because that's what it is. That's a part of your diet. So that's a part of your consumption and what what you hook your eye to will multiply. What you feast on is what you're going to exude. Yeah. That's the fruit that you're going to expel, whether or not you realize that you're putting in Meg the Stallion or I don't know. I shouldn't really be naming names, but because
named up.
Nah,
I just felt that one in my.
Shonda Bahoa.
She's a beautiful person.
Absolutely, made in God's image.
Amen.
We're waiting for you, Meg. There's a spot.
I'm saying.
There's a spot on your team.
Listen.
Waiting for everybody. There's a spot on the team if they want to come over.
Don't say nothing when me and her is doing tea or something. Y'all see us. Don't say nothing.
LOL.
But yeah.
I know they ready, so I gotta preface it.
I think people are gonna come.
Okay, yeah. She was just talking about
Camille Marche.
She
Meg the
just
Stallion.
Prophet.
2 years ago on a podcast.
But yeah, Zon Weezy, what's some guidelines people should to hold close to the chest?
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much the same thing Camille said.
No, something different.
Nah, but that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. And I'm thinking like just it depends on who you're talking to. So like if you're young in the faith and everything, I think the best thing to tell you is just play it on the safe side. If you're in doubt, like just go with
leave it out.
Or leave it out.
Hey,
that's good.
Yeah,
Then
that's a bar.
But as far as like if you have a little more understanding and like you said, you understand like the passage that you brought up in Romans, there's things that's in the Bible that's talking about well, number one, I was thinking about one that says everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial.
Yeah.
So just think about like, is what I'm doing edifying me? Like, do I need this right now? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer maybe yes. So that's just something for you to think about. Another thing, there's like if you eat meat, or I forgot, I'm paraphrasing. This is another passage in the Bible.
Sin.
Yeah, like before they even got to that, it was like if you eat meat, do it unto God. If you decide not to eat meat, then also do it unto God. But either way, it's kind of like what you're alluding to. Have a conviction between you and God and stick to it. If you go against it, then it's like you're in trouble. If you say like, oh, I can eat meat and then you're second guessing yourself, you're in trouble. If you say you don't eat meat and then start doing it, you're in trouble. And then
I hear that, vegans. You gotta be consistent.
Every time. Meat was the analogy used in the Bible, but that applies to anything. Oh, for real?
She used to be
I was vegan for like 5 years.
So where are you now?
That's it. She's her.
High protein, low carb.
No, but and then Tyler was alluding to the second part of that verse, like whatever you're doing, if it causes your brother to sin, essentially, like you should check yourself. So if you say, "Oh, I can eat meat," but then you're doing it in front of somebody that's younger in the faith, and you're causing that person to stumble, then it's gonna be against you.
Yeah.
So those are all things to consider, depending on what level you are in your walk.
We'll also add like your motives too. Like why do you want to listen to or watch whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, really just think about that. Like,
I do have a question though. I was gonna ask that next, but it's good that you brought that up. So let's say like you're an athlete, like you're a football player, and you're a Christian football player, and you want to listen to something that pumps you up. What do you guys recommend that they listen to?
A Christian football player, something to pump that one.
Yeah, I think Christian hip hop is kind of tough now.
Yeah, Alex Jean, probably.
I wouldn't listen
because this is what I'm getting at.
I don't know.
They're there, but they're not
there yet.
So
they haven't arrived.
Like that's not your go-to.
What you mean?
When you need to.
That's my leg day playlist. It's all CHH.
I could be wrong, but I'm thinking like me personally. Like what is your go to like when you really trying to
I don't know, listen to an instrumental
to get like a 21 point game kind of thing. You said instrumental?
Different. I mean, it's different for other people. Some people listen to worship and they ready to drop 50 on somebody's head. Some people listen to
that's crazy.
It just depends on who you are. Some people listen to different stuff.
No, for real. For real. Nah, some of my best days in the gym. Yep.
Oh, you can listen to Christian rock for sure. Throw some skillet on that joint.
I'm cracking
Go
up.
crazy.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh man.
Some of my best days in the gym be Cindy Trim prayers.
I guess what I'm asking is to all the Christian artists out there, can we also get like specific songs that are just for
the hype?
Put in 21 on somebody's head and like in Jesus' name. That's all I'm asking for.
That's a request. Amen. Say man.
No, okay. I will say that. I feel you on that. I do think we could
do more.
Yeah, stand to like broaden topics because we could have just not just the stuff for literacy, but we could also have the stuff that is not about nothing, just so people can be for sure.
But they know it's safe because they know the artist is
but not even just fun. Like, okay, no, let me look at the camera for this one. Please, as Christians, allow us to explore the myriad of emotions and life situations that we go through as human beings.
Amen.
Because that's what God called us to do.
Amen.
Who better than us to put the music out in the world for those settings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I said, who better than us? So that's the question. That's the question.
That's what I'm, because if we don't have it, then, or I'm speaking for like younger people in the faith, for example, if they don't have somebody like that, they're gonna go back to Nuck If You Buck, or they're gonna go to because that one is gonna get the job done. Like I'm just keeping it a stack, bro. So it's like,
but I feel like, do you think that like I'm gonna keep it a bean. I can keep it a bean, right?
Yeah, this the last bean you got though.
Oh, this is my last bean?
Yeah, this the last bean. For this episode, it's your last bean.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm
one bean too many.
The bean that broke the camel's back.
For like for that, because I feel like a lot of like CHH, I feel like for it to be Christian hip hop, they have to like allude to a lot of like biblical references and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like it don't feel hard, and I don't feel that I got dunk on somebody's head, and you gotta
force that joint out.
Yeah,
you gotta squeeze that.
You gotta like squeeze it.
What's happening?
He's saying
He said there's not enough juice in there. You got
CHH doesn't incite that emotion. That's what he's saying. As far as like,
it's because I said squeeze.
I guess this is
And then he
aggression
did a
that we're
whole-
talking about.
Yeah.
like a shirt, like a shirt.
Like I want to feel like, you know, like I want to feel that
Yeah.
and I don't
Why?
know.
we don't have
Why?
Christian.
What's the
We don't
motive
have Christian.
for wanting-
Motive, I want to
That spirit.
dunk on somebody's head.
That spirit.
I want to dunk on somebody's head.
What's wrong? Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with dunking on? What's wrong with putting?
You know what I mean? I want to
But
put
who?
somebody in their
It's
place.
the
You said by who?
I said, but who? Like who you
Nah,
trying to
I
go?
mean, I don't think. I feel like now CHH has like broadened the definition though, to where it's just like, you know, just hip hop made by Christians. It's not necessarily
Is it?
all. Yeah, so it's a lot of songs that are just for fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. You know what? I don't know all CHH.
Those are really the ones on my leg day playlist because I'm trying to just do head empty.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not trying to.
So if you're a Christian and you make hip hop, you're in the CHH space. That's the reason why it's so.
They
That's
put
a-
me in there. I don't think I'm in there.
Another
Who put you in
conversation
there?
for another day.
I be getting shouted out on CHH pages and stuff.
Oh, never mind.
But I don't think I'm in there. But
Yeah.
I think just because I'm a Christian, they be like, "Oh, new and Christian hip hop." I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah,
Say man.
I don't think I'm in there though. But praise God, my mama told me I'm not.
Oh,
She said, "That's not what people think when they think Christian music." I said, "Okay, thank you."
Really quick, rapid fire round. One piece of advice you give to an up and coming artist that's listening to this podcast episode. Really quick. Who will go first?
Know who you are. Don't compromise.
Hey, Talizi.
express yourself.
Hey, Zon Weezy.
Put in your 10,000 hours.
Put in your 10,000 hours.
That's good.
I like it. I'm not going to ask for explanation, but let's get it. So I appreciate y'all for joining us. Before we get out of here, oh my goodness. It's the last episode of the season. Just want to let y'all know. So you're going to see us around. Just stay in tune for other things that we got coming. We got some stuff in store for you, for the collective, for everybody out there.
Either
We doing this for y'all, man. And with that, it's a wrap.
we bid y'all adieu. We love you.
Until next time.
Yeah. God, you been good, you changed my life.